Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat and today we're going to be talking about how to use Excel as a writer. I use Excel primarily for two things as a writer, and that is to track my word counts, but also I started using it to outline my novels. The one that we're going to start with in this video though is how I track my progress. I track by word count and time for each of my projects. So what you're going to want to do first is just open up a blank Excel sheet or spreadsheet in whatever program you're using. I do already have an existing spreadsheet for this, but I will be starting a new page for the next month, and so therefore I'm going to walk you guys through how I do that. And you can see down here that I have already like a multitude of tabs because I've been doing this for a while. But first things first, I'm going to title this just easily the month and year. You can title the entire sheet whatever you want. I titled mine Winter Break Word Count Tracker way back when I thought that this was going to be just over a winter break, and yet I've been using it ever since. So we're gonna go back to the spreadsheet that I made for NaNoWriMo 2019, and I'm gonna walk you guys through this a little bit. What I did was I work on several projects, and so therefore I have several columns. I put my primary column first, which is DE, and then my next one is the rough draft that I have completed but need to go back and rewrite, and that's LRF, CF, FF. I have a column for poetry, a column for my project CBH. My blog was on here, even though I didn't do any writing for that during NaNoWriMo. I have a column for other creative because sometimes I brainstorm for projects that I'm not currently working on or that are not currently on this list. And then because I was trying to be nice to myself during NaNoWriMo, I included a homework column. Basically how this works is that you list the dates out on the left side with your projects on top, and then each day you go along and write in how many words you wrote in each thing. And then over here, you make it sum up this line. And so, for example, on this one, I got 1,797 words. And then in the same way that you sum up this way, you sum up all of your daily totals to get to your grand total for the month, which is this lovely little orange block down here. Now, here's the thing. I like color coding in like everything that I do, and so this spreadsheet was no different. I did not want anything to be negative though, and so I gave myself a variety of shades of green, which I gave myself in a legend up at the top. I don't know what you call this, but in this like fill box, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of green that are just like easily given to you up here. And so what I ended up doing was I assigned each shade a different word count. And so then if I had hit that word count for the day, then that's what I got to give myself in this column. So starting at the bottom, aka the lightest shade of green, I said any effort with a little smiley face next to it. The next one up was anywhere above 300 words a day. The next one up is anywhere above 500 words a day. The next one up is 800 words a day. And then when you get to 1,100 words a day, I gave myself white text just to make it stand out a little bit better. And then the top one that I have here is 1,500 words a day or above. And so in NaNoWriMo, I even had a 3,574 word day. And so because I don't have anything higher than this 1,500 words a day color, that's what I ended up giving it, because I tried experimenting and giving it a black box, but that was too harsh of a difference, and so I ended up not doing that and keeping it all shades of green. And then down here, the gold colors and the yellow colors are just to help me delineate what my totals for the month are. And these are nice because this row, I guess, does much what this like monthly total box does, where this monthly total box sums up this column. Each of these boxes sum up the column above them. And then something else that I was tracking during NaNoWriMo was my days to my deadline, because I'm trying to finish my rough draft before I graduate, which is on December 21st. And so days to deadline, I did a nice little countdown here so you could tell like how far I was and how far I still had to go. And then here are the fun categories. So I love tracking how much time I'm spending on something. And so even though I do mostly word sprints for my writing, I really enjoy tracking it. And you'll notice here that I do track for each of my different projects, but I don't do as much work in those. My time for DE is the one that really racks up. And while I don't normally build these sheets from scratch because I typically copy and paste them, because after you do the hard work of making one, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to start from scratch from the next one. But I will be building one from scratch today to show you guys how to do it. This is only a little complicated and just a little bit time consuming. It probably took me about maybe like 10 or so minutes. I would say less than that. It probably took me like 7 minutes to do this, but I promise it's only complicated the first time you do it. And then after you do it, you have the hang of it and you already have one done, so you can copy and paste it for future months' use. So now we're gonna build a new page. I am going to go ahead and cheat a little bit for myself here and copy this key that I have going on up here. I'm just gonna copy, paste that into our new sheet. I'm gonna start in B8 with inserting my book titles. So DE, LRF, CF, FF, CBH, poetry, and other. I think those are all the ones that I'm going to be counting for the month of December. And then what we're going to want to do is go all the way up here and center our text. The next column for me, this is going to be I8, is going to be our daily totals. And because my shades up here like overhang my total sheet, my total side of the sheet, I'm going to go ahead and erase that, or make the fill color to no fill, and so that shrinks it a little bit. I like how it lines things up. The next column that I'm gonna do is my various times, and for me that falls in K8, DE, time, LRF, time, CF, time, FF, time, CBH, time, poetry time I don't really count. And then along the left hand side here, we're gonna go ahead and insert our dates. December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd. There might be an easier way to do this, but I don't know what that is. So if there is and you know it, please explain it to me in the comments down below, because this gets really annoying, which is kind of why I copy and paste, but even when I do that, I have to go back and correct them anyways. And December 31st. And then at the bottom, I'm going to write December totals, or Des totals, and then make these all colorful. And so I'm gonna do the second down in the fill column, which is gold accent 3, lighter 60%. And then for I40, which is where the December totals and the daily totals columns and rows overlap, I'm gonna make that a nice, just like gold color. Yeah, it's gold accent 4, just to make that one box really pop out. Because I am doing a countdown, J8 is going to be my countdown. And because I'm working down from 20, it looks like it's gonna be 20, 19, 18, 17, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. And then my graduation, which is, I don't know, I kind of want to do something fun with that. I kind of want to make it like bright red. I don't know if I probably shouldn't do that. That's gonna freak me out. It's gonna put way too much pressure on me. So that's my countdown. And then after that, I think I'll just make these gray. I don't know what I'll do with that yet. So how we're gonna start this is by going to B9 and putting a 0 in there. And then what you're gonna wanna do is just select it, copy, and then highlight everything that you want to put the 0 into. So for me, that's everything from B9 to H39. And then we're gonna push Command V, and then just auto fills in all of our zeros. After that, it gets a little more tedious. You wanna click on, for example, your row 9 daily total, and then we're gonna go up to formulas, and we're gonna push auto sum and just hit enter. Auto sum, enter, and then it starts getting difficult, and so you just have to like drag your cursor along there. Make sure you're getting the right column in here. And then so this will add up our daily totals for us and make things really nice and easy. And so that is all of our auto sums this way. And so now we're just gonna do the vertical ones. These ones are much easier, where you just go up to auto sum again, hit enter, auto sum, enter, click on the next one, auto sum, enter. And then lastly, our final one, enter. Great, so that is that all set up. I do want to make this totals column a little bit more important, so I'm just going to drag that up at the very top here to get a little wider. I kind of like it there. It just looks more official. And I think that's everything. And then because I'm making this video, I did think that I would just go ahead and touch on this, which is when I made an outline draft of my project DE, and I outlined like JK Rowling. And so I don't want you guys to like read it too much, but I did zoom out so that you could get the scope for like how much information is on here. And I did make a whole video about this, which I'm going to link down below, and it's going to pop up on the screen here, just so that you guys can go watch it, because I really went in depth on how I was doing this. I first did it by hand, and then I decided that there were some things that I wanted to change. And so I ended up adding it into Excel. I'm very happy with it. It's really made some things very clear to me. And that is how I use spreadsheets as a writer. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I post videos every Monday and sometimes Thursdays. And so if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a like. Leave a comment if you are gonna give this a shot. I would love to see if you guys do. I have found these methods to be so helpful, and I really think that other people should start using them because they work really, really well, but that might just be for me. So if you give this a shot, please let me know down below, and I will see you guys next Monday for another video. Bye.